this journey of discovery. I'm finding you, finding me. Now that I have someone special.
Welcome to How I Met Your Auntie.
Welcome again. So, how are we meeting today?
Whew, my auntie energy. Oh, let me tell you.
Energy is low.
Today I'm exhausted. I'm really exhausted, but I'm here.
She's here. She
I'm
showed up.
here. I had a little surgery this week, so I'm just
Mhm.
getting my energy back. So thank you
Right.
for being here with us.
I'm surprised she's here. I was like, "Are you sure?" Because we could keep that one from the back pocket
Right.
of next week. We ain't gotta do it
Right.
today,
Okay.
But she's here. But okay, so you're
I'm
showing up
here.
exhausted, but here.
Exhausted, but I'm here.
Okay, sometimes that's how it is. At least you done showed up.
Exactly. So how are you feeling today?
I got a combo. I got a lot going on,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm trying to look at the positive in things now. So I'm actually really grateful.
Okay.
We've launched this podcast and we've got a lot of great feedback. We've got a lot of support, even from areas we didn't know we even had support.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really grateful for you all the viewers,
Thank you.
friends, the sharers, the likers, whoever you are. We're really grateful for you all. So that's kind of where I'm at today. It's still a little scary and I'm still a little
Right.
unsure. Like, oh, being perceived is not fun sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
this is our thing and we're going to make it work.
Okay, okay. Yes, we're here. So we're not going anywhere.
No,
So
I'm tired. Can't get rid of this. Not yet, anyway.
so when it comes to handling self-doubt and even imposter syndrome, how do you deal with it?
Ooh, girl, we dealing with it right
Right
now.
now, baby. Okay.
Right
Oh.
now. I think recently I've just been telling myself, honestly, nobody knows what they're doing. And no disrespect to those, who are in these careers or
Mm-hmm.
they've perfected their craft. No disrespect to those viewers or those people watching, but a lot of people are just making shit shake. Okay,
Okay.
they're figuring it out, faking it till you make it. Um, researching as you go along, and then figuring it out, and that really has helped me to be like, okay, look, these people don't even know what they're doing, so I know
Mm-hmm.
I can figure it out. And that just comes with life, like even doing sit-ins with people in like career paths that you are interested in and kind of seeing like they are lost too. They
Right.
don't know, they're trying to figure it out too, especially when you're dealing with like doctors and things like that, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like they don't even know, they're telling me stuff they don't even know, like, and you're supposed to be a medical professional and you're googling stuff. So it comes to a point where just do it
Okay.
scared, lost, confused, you don't even know what you do it, just do it, start, and then you learn along the way. Sometimes that's the best way to do it.
No, I agree. Like just even coming into this space, it's like, do we know what we're doing? Like we've been planning this out. It's not like we just did it yesterday.
Right.
This has been like over a year of planning. And like I said, we're nervous. We don't know how people are going to perceive it, but we're also excited. So with self doubt, it's like we're Christian women. We pray. We just have to have
Mhm.
faith. Like you said, like even in my career, I'm in a new career right now, so a new career lane and industry. So I'm trying to still figure it out. I'm thinking like, do I know what I'm talking about? Sometimes I don't. Like I have to research, Google, like I have to go into these meetings and I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say? Like, am I babbling along the way? Like right
Right,
now, like wait.
right, right. I swear, just when the camera gets in front, it's like I don't even know. I think that messes you up a little bit because
Right.
this all started when we had like conversations in the living room, and we're
Mm-hmm.
like, these are good conversations we're having. We should start recording these,
Yep.
and then it just be like, oh, we record them, like, what was he saying?
Right. And at one point we're like, okay, we're just gonna have to get it out because after a year
Mm-hmm.
of planning, now what? What else are we gonna do?
Right.
So it's like this is the perfect time to do it. And we're here. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's life. We're changing. But we're learning.
we're
We're
growing.
learning. Do you usually learn things? Like, do you research to learn things, or do you like figure stuff out and learn the hard way, or like how do you think? Are you usually the person that like? Are you usually the person that learns the lesson the hard way?
I've had times where I've learned things the hard way.
Mhm.
Where I'm like, okay, let me give it a chance. Let me see if I can do it. Like I'm the type of person like I might not want to ask questions because you don't want to feel like you're dumb or anything or
Mm.
whatever, which I've learned now. Ask those questions. Go to your manager, go to that person and ask those questions to get clarity because where I'm taking 2 to 3, 4 hours to Googling and researching, I could have gotten the answer right then and there.
Yeah.
So that's a way like I'm learning it the hard way and I'm trying to utilize that in my career right now. But I think like with personal lessons, I've learned not to be a people pleaser. I'm still learning not to be a people pleaser.
Ooh, the people pleasing girl. That's a
Yeah.
hard one. That is a tough one.
Yeah, it's like you want to help everybody. You want to be everybody's friend. Want to make sure everybody's good, but then you're not good at the end of the day. So I'm learning I have to take care of me first and be selfish for me before I can help anybody out. I really started learning that through the pandemic. Like when we had to be in the house by ourselves, stuck, and it's like this is the time to reflect.
The good old
This
days.
the good old days.
Um,
Well, you have to really reflect like who am I, when it comes to family, friendships, relationships and things like that.
yeah.
Going to therapy and everything. So just thinking like, okay, I'm dealing with my different issues. I'm going through depression because I'm used to going outside, traveling and doing different activities. I'm more of
Mhm.
an extrovert. So just being in the house and everything, I started, pulling down the shades. It started getting dark and
Oh
everything.
no, not
Yeah,
a little
yeah. So
hermit.
right, I'm a hermit now and everything. So when like I'm still getting like calls from friends and they want me to do this and do that and things like that, I started getting exhausted and overwhelmed and I had to put a pause in that. Like I
Mhm.
had to start setting boundaries. And then while setting those boundaries, you're also learning like how people react to your boundaries too.
Yeah.
So if I say, okay, no, I won't be able to do that, and the person is asking why not, no is a simple answer. That's all you have to say. I don't need to over explain. That's another thing with
The
people
full, what
pleasers.
they say, the full answer. No is the answer.
No
There's no
is the
explanation.
answer.
That's it. It's
That's
just
the
no.
answer. And I've also learned like, okay, I'm telling you, no, I'm not able to do it. With people pleasing, you can over what is the word like over communicate like over explaining yourself
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
tired of over explaining. I'm unable to come. I'm unable to do this for you. I'm unable to pick you up. I'm unable to go on this trip with you, and that's okay.
Yeah, I
That's
think the
okay.
over explaining comes with like guilt because you
Mm-hmm.
feel kind of guilty that you're not either helping or doing whatever they're asking you to do. And then
Mm-hmm.
you also want them to like know that it's coming from a good place. Like, oh, I'm not just not helping because I'm being mean. Like, I can't do it. Like,
Right.
mentally, I'm not able, or I just don't, I'm just not in the mood to be doing it. And that's okay too. But I think
Mm-hmm.
it definitely comes from feeling guilty. I deal with the people pleasing thing
Yeah.
too. I'm trying to work on that, but a lot of guilt, especially if like it's something in your area of expertise and you feel like, well, I am really good at this. That's why they asking me, and I said I
Exactly.
wanted to do this. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
make this a career or a side hustle, whatever. So I should kind of just help, or do whatever to
Mm-hmm.
get your name out there, exposure, or just to be that person. And I think that also comes with wanting to be liked. Sometimes you don't
Yeah.
have to be liked by everybody, and you have to be okay with not being liked by everybody.
Yep.
And that's something I definitely had to deal with. And I think now that you get older, it's just like
Look.
I don't really care. But yeah, but even like back to that
Mm-hmm.
creativity thing, when you're people pleasing, you will end up losing your identity because
Yeah.
trying to
True.
do creative things, if you're taking this from that person and they say, "Oh, add this, add that," it doesn't, because it's not yours anymore. It's
Mm-hmm.
everybody's has put their hand in it, and it's not even, when you look at it, it's like, is this really who I am? Whatever it is. Where if
Mm-hmm.
you're planning like an event, a painting, or whatever you have going
Yeah.
on, yeah, it's tough, and I think it's something you'll have to like navigate your whole life. It's not just like one day you wake up and you're not a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned to not just be so hard on myself, because it's not like one day, oh, it's never gonna come up. This issue is never gonna arise for me
Right.
again. I figured it out. No, unfortunately that's not how anything works, really.
Yeah, like it's really a journey. Like it's been a journey for me. Um if somebody say, "Oh, can you come with me and do this, and can you come with me on that trip?" Or like I just said, the trips or birthday dinners. Sometimes I may have to skip a birthday dinner. Sometimes I have other obligations, or sometimes I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Auntie tired.
Okay, like I'm tired. I'm about to get up in my bed. I'm about to have this dog up in here. We're gonna watch some TV, and that's it. And I don't have to explain that to anyone.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed, like people have not, don't always come to my events, and I don't even really get. Back in the day, we would get mad, like, "Oh, you don't come to my birthday? We ain't friends no more." That would be like a little thing back in the day.
I think it's in the way you do it, though.
Yes,
I think it's in the way this stuff does happen, but like if it's like 3 months, or like I'm not gonna say 3 months, that's a long RSVP, but if you've RSVP'd a long time in advance, sometimes people do certain things at these, like they create gift bags, or they spend money, or they do extra stuff. So in those cases, I would say maybe a brief explanation is deserved.
That's true. Yes.
But if it's a thing and you invited me on Tuesday, and you want me to come to some Friday, and now I'm like, I'm probably not gonna make it. I'm not gonna be mad at you for not coming.
Yeah, no,
for that.
No, I'm not gonna be mad about that. But like we said, we do all these like events and everything. So we send out these invitations months in advance. So I understand life happens, things happen. But yeah, it will be great for that type of situation. Oh, I'm unable to do it, blah, blah. But like you said, if it's something like quick or whatever, like I really don't get too mad about like a birthday. Like one year, I probably invited 6 or 7 girls out, and the only person that was gonna come ended up come. Well, I canceled, which I shouldn't even canceled it. Robin was the only one that was gonna come, and I was just like, whatever. It's raining. I'm irritated, or whatever. And last minute, people are telling me they're not gonna come. Now it's like, you know what? If it's just you and me going, that's fine.
That's just planning from that way in the beginning, or you end up having little sub events with other friends, like, oh, me and you on this day, the next weekend it'll be me and her, because everybody can't make a certain date.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And that's just how you really have to change how you navigate. I keep saying navigate. Excuse me, y'all. I'm really gonna let go of that word. It's TikTok. I'm gonna let go of it. You have to learn. I lost my train of thought, but you really have to work on how you navigate.
Look,
different friendships have to be navigated different ways. Like sometimes I gotta do certain things with you differently. Like a lot of things have changed over the years. Like our relationships with everyone has changed.
Yeah,
they've transitioned.
Yeah.
Our relationships, with everyone has kind of changed as years have gone on, and you start hanging with people again that you might not have hung out with for a few years. And
definitely, like sometimes it's like I'll go out with somebody and I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna hang out with this person again. They never gonna see me. They're never gonna see me again. But then there's times like, okay, me and the person, we haven't talked in years, and then we'll go out and let's see what happens. Let's see what this is, because years have passed, we've matured, we've grown, and there's the possibility of a new type of friendship. I think like with us, this is a new version of a friendship for us.
It's very different than before. I think we mentioned that in the first episode. But I definitely have had those experiences where you be with somebody and you be like, you are never gonna see me again.
You ain't
never. I can't believe I'm even here right now. If I could leave in this very moment, I would get the hell up out of here.
Okay. Or like somebody, you'll see them in the street and they'll be like, oh, we gotta kick it, we gotta go out. Oh, okay.
But it feels bad when you're that person, because I've kind of like tried to reconnect with certain people that maybe I was friends with in college or younger or whatever. And it'd be like, oh, let's connect it. And they're like, oh, yeah, girl, we're going to do it. And it never happened. But I have to own up to my stuff, because maybe I didn't attend their events, or I just kind of lost connections with them. Like we stopped hanging out. They invited me, so I didn't go, or we stopped talking. My life changed, and I didn't keep in contact with them. So I can't really fault them and be like, girl,
this is life.
We done. That was a little college friendship. Right. I do not really want to. I got too much going on to talk to you. I can't take it personal when it's me. But then I do that to people, and it ain't really personal all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I've had somebody like during the pandemic, I have not talked to them since high school, and they actually like called me on Facebook. I didn't answer that because I'm looking like
some people do call on Facebook, but who is calling?
It was a random. I did accept the friend request because I'm like, oh, we went to high school together. But you calling me on Facebook, I thought that was I didn't answer that.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, because I'm looking like, what you want? What you want? Because I'm not like we literally and we didn't leave in the best of ways. Not saying that we have like true beef or anything. We're grown at this point. But I'm like, what do we have to talk about? Because I don't think we have anything in common at this point. So I don't know if you about to ask me for some money or what, but I didn't answer. So I mean, I think that's just life. Certain people was like, okay, let's see how it goes. We're in a new phase of our lives, and then some people they can stay where they are. So.
Yeah. That would have been a surprise for me. Like, who are you? Why are you here?
Right.
Why are you messaging me? It's a scam. I would have instantly thought scam.
It's a scam, right?
Who are you? Your page get hacked because everybody be getting hacked on Facebook, and then you be like, "Is this you?"
Right. So yeah, I just didn't answer. So then I think they finally like deleted me or whatever. So I just kept it moving or whatever because it was really nothing for us to discuss. So that's that.
So I have another question for you.
Okay.
So what's like a major change or like a major, I don't want to say that, maybe a major transition. I know we use that in a navigate. That's happened that you weren't prepared for. Like, what's something that crazy's happened or just in like experience in life, and like how did you
navigate it?
I swear we're about to cancel that. If I say that word another time, we're gonna think of a new word.
Right. I would say back in 2022, I had got a new job or whatever, and after like 6 or 7 months, I got fired.
Okay, I remember that.
I got fired, and I'm like, I was so confused, I was embarrassed, and I was just like, what's going on? Because I was doing everything they were asking me to do. I was going over and beyond, and then I felt like there was no, what is the word called? Like, no work-life balance. So I felt like I was making myself sick within this role.
She was people pleasing.
I was people pleasing. I was people pleasing. Like my mom was telling me, like, you need to leave that job. My therapist was saying, you need to leave. Friends were telling me because something ain't right.
I remember. Yeah. You're doing too much.
Right, you're doing too much. But I tried to stick with it. I said, oh no, let me give this company a year or whatever. And they fired me before I can even quit. So at this point, I have to go on unemployment or whatever. I have to pay my bills. And I had to transition because it was like with unemployment, you're not even getting $1,000 a month. So where I'm getting all this money for this role or whatever now, and I didn't save or whatever. Yeah. I wasn't saving or whatever. I had to like lean on my mother or certain things I couldn't do, like where I want to travel and go out all the time. I couldn't do that because at this point I'm living downtown Chicago. And of course the rent is very high. So I was like, what am I going to do? Now I'm feeling down on myself and everything. And I started, like, matter of fact, a recruiter off LinkedIn reached out to me and was like, what do you think about contracting? And I'm looking like, contracting? I don't know. Like, I really don't know too much about it. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take a chance on this because I have nothing else to do. I'm unemployed. I've been applying for jobs for 6 months and nothing's happening. So I'm like, let me start the contracting. And it was W-2 contracting, so it's different from 1099. So, okay, cool. So I actually started contracting in a new role. I was excited. It was great. And the budget was cut within like 6 or 7 months. And I got laid off basically. And then they rehired me back on, but it wasn't the same. The money was just funny or whatever. So once again, I'm unemployed and everything. Now, like in the career I'm in now, I actually did contracting for a year and a half in different various companies. And now I'm a full-time employee and into a whole nother industry and career. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, it worked out at the end, but it was just like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? I have to go back through the whole job search again and everything. And that could take up to 3 to 6 months. I mean, luckily it did take like 3 months for me to find a role, but it's like, what am I going to do? Paying rent, paying bills. I don't have children. I have a dog, but what am I going to really do? Or whatever. So that was like something major, which I felt bad, down, and embarrassed on and didn't really want to talk about or whatever. But I mean, that's just life. That's just what happens or whatever. So
yeah, I remember that time, like you would talk about it brief, like we always discuss careers and stuff. So she would talk about it a lot with me, but I would say that you really couldn't tell how depressed she was in that moment, in those times.
Yeah.
when you went through that. So that's crazy. I do remember like it was one thing after another, and you were like, but it got you to where you needed to be,
Yes.
I guess, and you just can't see the big picture while you're going through the craziness. But
Yes, definitely.
you made it through.
Thank you. So when it comes to these hard transitions and life choices and things like that, like, has anything happened to you?
I would say, of course, but the thing that comes to mind is probably like dealing with grief. Not to be the Debbie Downer, but dealing with grief is like the passing of a loved one, especially unexpected. That's
Right.
a definite life change.
Yeah.
When my father passed, it was like the whole world just went. My whole world just went crazy.
Yeah.
I know I had older fathers, and I always thought how I would act when that time came would be completely different. I thought, oh, they're not gonna find me. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna have to leave the like no one call me, phone off. Like I'm just not gonna be able to deal. But when it happened, it was like you just had to like not really roll with the punches, but you just had to like take a moment, and I guess I had to take a moment and I had to be stronger for everybody else, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I didn't have the time to sit and grieve and be sad and like, oh, I can't deal with it and run away, because I really had to help and be there for my family, for my mom, because he was the one who would kind of take control and lead, and we lost the leader.
Right.
So, and he would always be like, you know what, when this time comes, I need you to be there for them. I'm like, Dad, please. Okay,
Right,
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. But now that I see, he was always training me and getting me ready for when this happened, when this was going to happen. So just dealing with that. And even within marriage, when you never think about, like, you have these relationships, but you never think about how you'll have to deal with someone else grieving, your loved one grieving. And it's like, oh my gosh, I never considered this. Like, I have to learn how to like be there for someone. And I know everyone deals with grief differently. Like, some people want to talk, some people don't want to talk, some people just don't, they act like nothing happened. Like, you have to tread lightly and learn everybody grieves differently. Learn how to be the support system for your loved one, even when you're not feeling your best, or it's a touchy topic for you, like a touchy subject for you, maybe. So I had to learn that, and hosting a repast at my house, and I'm just like, I am a teenager. Right. I am not. This is adulting to a whole nother level. Like, I did not know, and then you're not prepared. You just have to like fake it till you make it. Like we've been saying, like imposter syndrome, you have to fake it till you make it, and try to be the best version of yourself for them and for yourself. Yeah. Probably was just a big ramble, but you know what I mean.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You preach it to the choir.
It's just a lot. You never know until it happens to you, and you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna deal with like this, and then when stuff happens, you like, that is totally not how different. I thought I was gonna deal with it. I didn't even think I'd be able to take charge in these moments, and I'm being strong. It was like, I don't know where this strength is coming from, but yeah, it's a lot. Ooh, but we do have something new for you guys. Just thought about it.
Oh yes, story time.
Story time. Okay, now. Now, you would have seen us post story requests or advice requests on our social media. Yes. Sneeko posted it. So if you didn't see, that means you're not following.
You're not following us. And this is like a segment where someone sends us an email, slide in our DMs, asking for advice. So you will go to himyapod@gmail.com. That's HIYMA pod, POD @gmail.com. Send us your thoughts, feedback. You need some advice, girl time, because we got auntie time right here. Let us know what
auntie time.
Right, okay. Let us know like what you want to talk about. So we're here for you.
So we do have a story. Oh gosh.
Oh goodness, what's going on?
Oh, Miss Raven just sent us a story. Oh. Okay, so this is my +1 was a walking red flag.
Goodness, girl.
So I'll read it for you guys. Okay, dear Auntie Robin and Auntie Miko. Hey girl. I need y'all's advice because I may never show my face at another wedding again. Oh, are you gonna be invited to another wedding? Right. Okay, let me read it. So my homegirl got married last weekend, and I was given a +1. I've been casually dating this guy, let's call him Terrence, for about 2 months. He's funny, got good energy, and low-key a little unpredictable. But I figured, why not bring him? That's a red flag you should have known.
Right.
He's a good time. Biggest mistake of my life. Everything started off fine. Ceremony was beautiful. The drinks were flowing, and the vibes were right. But as soon as we hit the reception, Terrence decided he was the main character.
Excuse me?
I've dealt with the main character energies before. Out of nowhere, I see him at the mic. Nobody invited him up there. But before I could stop him, he's toasting to the couple. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he'll keep it cute. No. This man starts talking about his ex, how she broke his heart, and how he hopes to find love again someday at my friend's wedding. Girl, what the? And then the man quotes Drake. Hold on.
Drake.
He looks at the guest, raises his glass, and says, I know they say the first love is the sweetest, but the first cup is oh my gosh. At my friend's wedding, y'all. Now why is he up here having a therapy session in front of 200 people? The whole room went silent. You could hear a pin drop. The bride looked ready to fight. I know she did. The groom looked lost and just wanted to melt into the floor. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, this man starts flirting with the bridesmaids.
No, ma'am.
I knew that was coming. I already seen that. Ben has the nerve to grab one of the floral centerpieces off the table and say, you know how we do. I'm from round the way. I'm leaving with something. No, he didn't. I'm leaving with something. At my friend's wedding, y'all know she is pissed. At this point, I grabbed my purse and I was ready to go, but before I could sneak out, the bride pulled me aside and said, girl, never again. Girl, you ain't gonna be invited to nothing. The next day, I woke up to a text from him like, the wedding was wild. When's our next date? Aunties, what do I even do with this? Do I respond? Do I tell him he embarrassed me? Or do I block and pretend this never happened? And more importantly, how do I make sure I never put myself in this situation again? Sign mortified and single again.
Girl, first off, the first red flag, you just met this man. So why would you even invite him? You only know each other for 2 months. So for 2 months, why would you think that was even cute to bring him to your friend's wedding, first off?
Honestly, it's not her fault because it's the bride's fault. Because why did she get a +1 anyway? You're not getting a +1 for no man you met for 2 months. For me, no, unless she had one, they broke up and she just changed the name. The bride already paid. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You gotta let us know about that because this don't even seem like half your fault. Because I wouldn't even let you in. I know the bride is feeling like I should have never gave her.
Gave her a day of +1. Girl, block that man and don't ever say another damn thing to him.
You think she should block him?
Block him because first of all, he just embarrassed you in front of everybody. He's flirting with the damn bridesmaids or whatever.
How bad was he flirting? Was he just being flirty or was
he was crazy? He was already snatching off flowers and centerpieces off the table or whatever, quoting Drake and shit. Like, this is crazy.
I would say, you know, I'm going to crash out, so I would say you about to get that text. And I'm about to tell you how stupid you are and how you made me look and go off, and then I'm a block. I gotta say something first. Okay, say something
first, but
I gotta get something out first.
But it's blocked. It's nothing else we need to talk about. There's no second date or whatever.
No, it's definitely not a second date.
There's no other date after this.
Like, I mean, maybe he's a fun time for like bar hopping or something. Maybe he's just a fun time, but
maybe that's all it was. But for something serious as a wedding, that's a no.
And she said he was unpredictable.
And so why would you thought
he thought he was gonna be giving unpredictable dance moves and not doing it. I could never be someone's +1 and get up and do a toast.
No.
At they were, thank you for letting me come, and then you gonna talk about your ex?
No, I would have been humiliated. I wouldn't have seen my face again.
Maybe you should just block him.
Yeah, just block him.
Don't even say, because he probably not even gonna understand the long text.
You sent that long text and he gonna be like, oh, so what you doing right now?
Ooh, you hate that when you wrote something and then they just respond something stupid. Or out, not even talking about what you were talking about.
Right. So yeah, TT baby, just let him go.
You'll learn.
Let him go.
It takes time to learn, but you should have caught on to the red flags. TT not mad at you.
No, because look, I've had my own experience when it came to your wedding and everything, and he ain't even get to the wedding. So I had to cut that ish out in the very beginning or whatever. And at first, so this is somebody I was dating for a while or whatever, And then it was like a week or week and a half before the wedding. He's telling me, oh, I don't have my suit. Oh, when's the wedding again? And I'm like, okay, so now you're playing games. You're playing games. And I told him, you know what? Don't even worry about it. He's like, I'm trying to support you. I'm trying to support you. I'm trying to go with you to the wedding and stuff like that. Be your plus. Because I already, you to say the dates and everything's been out. It's 2 weeks before the wedding or whatever. And then he was like, I'm trying to support you and everything. But you're going to have to, if I go, you're going to have to leave at my time. When I say it's time to go at 9 o'clock. First of all, the party don't even start till
at 9 o'clock.
Right. So I was like, oh no, this is my friend's wedding or whatever. You can go if you want. Right. Like you can leave, but I'm not leaving. And then I was like, so I told him like, that's kind of embarrassing, like having a +1 and then they're trying to leave. So you might as well not come. So then he kept calling me, saying, I want to go. I'm trying to support and stuff. Nah, I'm good. No. I'm good on you. You're not going to embarrass me because I'm not going to leave just because you're telling me to leave. And he said like, oh, he had other things to do, like go work out. And it was like, man, this is some lame excuse. You're just trying to like play games.
Go work out. You got to leave early because he got to
because you got to work out. No,
Jersey Shore. Like what? No. And he would have embarrassed you. He would have done something crazy like, oh, let's go, and y'all would have been arguing.
Nope, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it at no wedding. So let me just cut it out right then and there. And I was done with him from that. And of course, to this day, he'll start, text and try to call. It really ain't nothing for us to talk about. That was the last straw. That was the last straw on that.
Don't give him the benefit of the doubt. Look at them red flags. You're right. Trust your instincts. And you wouldn't have been. Don't even bring a +1. You might. She didn't say if she had friends there, but look, make new friends. Okay. Because now you don't have no friends.
Right. Or bring your mama. Bring your mama if you
not to bring your mama. Don't bring your mama. Be embarrassing too sometimes. Now, mama, mamas be at the table like, what's this? What kind of food? And who this friend? Where you know her from again? And be embarrassing like, mom.
Please know the bride's name, please.
Right, I told you this. Don't just go by yourself.
Oh God! Just go by. You might find somebody.
Right.
You might find there could be some single men there and stuff. So yeah, I would just
groomsmen.
Okay, look,
she flirting with the bridesmaid. You should have went over to the girls. Okay, why are you worried? I would have left. I don't even know that man no more. I'm over the girl. I'm not even talking to him anymore. He can leave. Get security. We'd have kicked him out.
Okay,
I'm with you, bride. Girl, get him out of here. Unless he was my ride. Well, I got Uber. So.
Right. Look, we got Uber these days. Get an Uber, get a Lyft, and it's time to go or whatever. And that's the end of that. So.
We coming to an end too.
So
the end of our show.
Yes. So thank you for just joining us. Please once again comment, subscribe, give us some feedback. Let us know your thoughts on How I Met Your Aunty. We're excited.
Yes. We unlocked a new set.
Yes.
Ever changing.
It's a new set. So our sets will always change. We have different sets in different places. Okay, so just follow us through this journey. Like I said, we are excited. We are here to stay. We are your aunties, your friends. Like, let's just do this, okay?
Yeah, and remember, Titi not mad at you, girl. Titi not mad at you.
All right, y'all. See
you next time.
Bye.
We can become whatever we want. All we need is loving you. That's the way.